Well, sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do to get a car to come apart. Today we're back working on this 55 Pontiac Star Chief, and we are making some exhaust modifications. Now, I've been lucky because I was able to get all of the exhaust manifold bolts out of the passenger side without any issues. Now, the driver's side, it's not cooperating quite like we would like it to. So I'm down to my last bolt. I did have to heat one of the center bolts on this side, and the other one I'm definitely going to have to heat as well. So when bolts don't come out, you get the flame wrench. And I have severe anxiety over doing what I'm about to do, but it is what it is. Because if the bolt doesn't come out, I have to pull the engine, and I really don't want to pull the engine out of this car. So we're going to do everything in my power to get this out without messing it up. Now I'm using a pinpoint head on my torch so I can focus my heat in a very small area. And we're going to warm this guy up, and then we're going to see if we can get it to come loose. Hopefully without setting the car on fire. This is mildly terrifying. Alright. That's not going to work. I'm actually using a metric socket on this because the bolt has rusted so far that the standard bolt won't stick to it. Oh, please. Oh, it came. It came loose. Today we are winning. That is awesome. It's probably really warm now. Oh, it's coming loose. Nice. So that means that's the last bolt for this side. I'll show you what I'm working on here. So you can see down in here, this exhaust manifold has about 1.5 inches of area where this bolt goes through, and this one does as well. And I heated it up from there to there to get it to release the bolt, and then I used a gentle even pressure and the bolt broke loose. So now I just have to turn that bolt the rest of the way out, turn that bolt the rest of the way out. The manifold can come out from under the car, and I can put on the new 56 Pontiac exhaust manifolds that I picked up. So on this 1955 Pontiac Star Chief, we're making some exhaust modifications. So these are the original exhaust manifolds that came off of this car. Nobody really makes a header for this car, and we're not really going that direction with the car anyway. But I did want to do dual exhaust on it, and there's a very easy way to make dual exhaust on this car, because in 1956 GM came out with a big elbow that allows you to run the exhaust down the driver's side. GM had a handy part which I'll show you here in a minute. So this is the factory 55 exhaust manifold. This is actually a 56 manifold, which if you look at them, they look the same, but they're actually not, because this one actually flows more air. So I decided, well, let's go ahead and upgrade the exhaust manifolds because it will allow us to flow a little more air, let this 287 breathe a little better, and it should sound pretty cool. On the passenger side, it's a similar manifold to the driver's side, but again, this 56 manifold has a larger port, and this is a reproduction of the GM elbow used on the 1956 Pontiac V8 to make dual exhaust. So this guy will actually be on the passenger side like this, and then this guy allows you to do a 90-degree straight back and take that exhaust right above the steering components and then out the passenger and then out the driver's side. So this exhaust elbow that GM designed allowed them to make dual exhaust with the bigger port. So when I started this project, I saw this and I'm like, oh well, cool, I'll just put that on the 55 and it'll be fine. Well, I didn't know that the 1955 exhaust manifold has a smaller port. So I went to put this on and oh darn, that's not going to work. So then I'm like, well, how do I make this work? Get 56 exhaust manifolds, seems easy enough. And actually I got really lucky because I found a pair of really nice exhaust manifolds online, picked them up, paid for them, they came in, and now it's time to get the exhaust off the car. I have a couple minor things to repair on these manifolds, but overall I'm really happy with them, and they'll work really great for the dual exhaust that we're going to put on this car. Now, the only downside to putting exhaust manifolds on a 1955 Pontiac is these manifolds have been on this car since 1955, and you can see there's a good almost 2 inches of depth, so that bolt goes through 2 inches of exhaust manifold and into the engine block. Well, once again, I win because I was able to use the torch to warm up the shoulder, and I was able to get both of these bolts on the factory exhaust manifold to come loose. So now I'm just letting the exhaust manifold cool down. I'll pull those 2 bolts out, get my old exhaust manifold out, clean up my surfaces. I can put my new 1956 exhaust manifolds back into the car, put on my 90, and I'll be able to build my custom exhaust. Now, it came in here with dual exhaust running down one side, underneath the drive shaft, up and over the axles, and out the back. It was all rotted out. It was pretty old and ancient, so I cut a bunch of it out. I'm going to cut the rest of it out off the back. And I decided to do some side pipes on this car because the owners have mentioned that they may end up putting air ride on this car. And since that is a possibility, we want to look towards that in building exhaust. So I decided to do side pipes because I can run them out the sides all the way down, pull them out right in front of the rear tires, and I can keep everything above the scrub line of the frame. So if we do put air ride on it and we drop this thing down low, I don't have to worry about the axle hitting the exhaust. I don't have to worry about the exhaust scrubbing against the ground. It'll make a nice clean, fully stainless steel run down the side of the car. It should look really good. In 1955, ironically, had the driver's side exhaust come over and match up with the passenger side exhaust, and then it went out the back. The added efficiency out of the larger 56 exhaust manifolds will be beneficial, but again, it's a heavy car with a small mill. It's not going to be winning any races. It's just a low and slow cruiser. So with that being said, I already have my driver's side run done. My elbow's installed. I went over the steering system, back behind the driver's wheel, which will look really neat because you'll be able to see the stainless pipe come behind the wheel. And then it runs down the length of the side of the car, and then I kicked it out and back with a teardrop tip. Looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Now it's time to duplicate that action on this side, which is actually the easy run, because when I do this stuff, I try to do the hard side first, and then I try to do the easy side second. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, but that's where I'm at now. I'm running the passenger side, which is just straight down, out, and back, and then another teardrop exhaust tip. With that, it's really just cutting and fitting pipes until you get it where you want it. It's not really exciting to watch, but I will certainly show you the end product, and I think it's going to look and sound cool, and the sound is the important part. For this car, I chose to use some Porter Mufflers. One, because they offer them in stainless steel, and two, because they're kind of correct for the era. These Porter... oh, wrong side. These Porter... These Porter exhaust pipes... well, mufflers. These Porter mufflers are wrapped in bubble wrap. Polished stainless steel, 2-inch in, 2-inch out. We're running a 2-inch exhaust on this car. We didn't want to do something huge because we want it to maintain its cackle. And these should sound good, they should look good, and they should perform well. And I'll never have to build exhaust for this car again because it's stainless steel. And I'm welding it with 304 stainless wire, so it should hold up pretty well in the end. Once again, I am not a welder, but I do weld. So I won't have rolls of nickels like whoever made this exhaust system, because those are really nice. Just saying. Cut, fit, weld, cut, fit, weld. Cut, fit, weld. That's exhaust work. I'm almost done. Yay! Weld on my last muffler hanger, remove all the old exhaust. So I put this thing down on the ground and move it out of the door. Making progress. The old exhaust was kind of full of holes. Hole there, hole there, a few more holes there, hole there, a whole bunch of holes there, a bunch of holes there. That's okay, it's just old exhaust. Out with the old and in with the new.
There you go. 1955 Pontiac Star Chief completed. Back to the customer. He and his son are both ecstatic about how it turned out. It's got a really cool old school vibe to it. Sounds really good. Unfortunately, here in Ohio, it's the middle of winter, so that thing is going in the garage for a couple of months before they can really enjoy the thing and take it out and have some fun with it. But as far as our portion of it goes, at least for now, we're done. So we're going to wrap this video up. As always, we appreciate you watching. Remember to click on that subscribe button. We just hit our 1,000 subscribers and we're trying to grow as fast as we can so we can keep on putting out content that you guys enjoy. If you do enjoy it, remember there's a like button that's down there also. Please click on that. And as always, please drop us a comment. Interact with us as much as you'd like. We try to get back to people as quickly as we possibly can. Do you like the project? Would you have done it differently? Would you like to buy the car? It might be up for sale. This one, not up for sale. Anyway, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you on the next one.